जो लोग दुनिया के अलग अलग देशों के द्वीपों को देखने जाना चाहते हैं, वहां के समंदर से अभिभूत है, उनसे मेरा आग्रह है कि वो पहले लक्षद्वीप आकर जरूर देखें।
Hi and welcome. You're watching News Mobile and I am Kanchan Jaswani. Today we are joined by Mr. Subhash Goel, who is founder and chairman of Stick Travel Group of Companies. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
With the recent picture of PM Modi circulating on social media and broadcast media as well, his picture in Lakshadweep has created a lot of buzz among Indians and worldwide as well. I wanted to know, because you have been in travel industry since time. I wanted to know, what is your take on that?
Well, I think Lakshadweep has always been there, but somehow it had never been promoted. And, with the going of our Honorable Prime Minister there, people for the first time saw how beautiful Lakshadweep is, and the beaches, the coral reef, and its uniqueness in the Indian Ocean. So it is one of the most beautiful islands on this planet, and people have suddenly realized that they are going all over the world in order to go to such islands. People go to Maldives, people go to Hawaii, people go to various places in Thailand and so many other places, but nearer the church, further from heaven. So I think there's been a lot of promotion for Lakshadweep, but what needs to be done is we need to increase the number of flights. There's only one flight right now to Lakshadweep.
Yes.
And we need to improve the infrastructure. I believe the Taj Group has got 2 islands, which they have about 39 islands in Lakshadweep, and it is very close to Cochin. It's about 24 kilometers from Cochin, and I think it's the best kept secret of our country.
Also, Mr. Goel, what is your take on, like when you talk about India, when you talk about people, those who are interested in traveling, like everybody likes traveling, it is, the choices is two, either beaches or mountains. But I see our country, particularly if you talk about India, the north, you see a lot of, mountains. In south, you see a lot of beaches. So there is a definite divide in mountains and beaches, which our country gives both of them. But how do you see people and India particularly, the main hotspots of travel? What do you think, in the decades that you have experienced as people and traveling there, their choices, how do you think India has developed more into tourism sector?
Well, after traveling about 146 countries, I have no hesitation in saying that India is the greatest show on planet Earth. There is no other place on this planet which is, we are the, we have 74% of the world's most beautiful snow-covered Himalayan mountains in India. We have 7,500 kilometers of coastline. We are the only country which has a living desert. All other deserts are dead deserts, but here our Rajasthan desert is full of life, color, music, rhythm. And we have the largest mangrove forests in the world. We have hundreds of wildlife sanctuaries. So, India is unique. Now, when you talk about religious tourism, Saudi Arabia, after oil, makes maximum money from Hajj. Whereas we are the birthplace of 4 great religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism. Islam may have originated in the Middle East, but Sufism, which is the spiritual side of Islam, flourished in India, whether it was Nizamuddin Auliya, Bulleh Shah, Sant Kabir, Guru Nanak, and Lord Buddha. They are all spiritual saints who have, given the essence of all religion and the spiritual side of religion. We are the only country which has one of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ, St. Thomas's Church in Chennai. An ordinary nun came from Eastern Europe and she became a saint in India, Mother Teresa. A memorial is there in Calcutta. So from religious tourism point of view, we are number one. Then from the coastal beaches side, we are number one. We have about 3,000, more than 3,000 islands, which are there
Yes.
scattered all over the country. You see, now these islands have not been explored. And after Modi ji's visit to Lakshadweep, people have started, even state governments have started looking towards these islands. And whether it is Bengal, whether it is Chennai, whether it is Tamil Nadu, whether it is Kerala or it is Maharashtra, there are islands all over. And even in the northeast, there are river islands. You see, so these islands need to be promoted. And we have Andaman Nicobar Islands, which are,
Yes.
considered one of the world's best islands which have history.
Though people are interested in going to Andamans, there are flights as well. But do you think that that place that is culturally also very rich? If you talk about even the cultivation there, the culture there, the flowers, the booming. Things are very rich in Andaman. But do you think that Andaman has got its due?
You see, biggest problem with India has been that we have not been able to market ourselves. And when you market Incredible India, it doesn't mean anything because India is like a big elephant. If someone sees the tail, he thinks it's like a snake. If someone sees the trunk, it's so unique. What I have been saying, I have written a book on poverty eradication and economic development through tourism, on which I've got a doctorate. Now, in that book, I've mentioned that every state has its unique selling points. And, we are a subcontinent, right? Every state needs to be marketed. Like Kerala has marketed itself as God's own country. So when you close your eyes, you see the backwaters, you see the Ayurvedic massages, you see everything. Similarly, when you think of Goa, you see the carnival, you see the beaches, you see the churches. So when you talk about Rajasthan, you see the forts, the palaces, and
Heritage,
even
culture.
So all these states need to be promoted separately. The islands need to be promoted separately because there are people who are interested in religious tourism. There are people who are interested in cultural tourism. We have more than 40 World Heritage sites. Every state is full of history, but we've not marketed it. You see, if you go to the United States, it's 100 years old, and there's so much marketing around it. But we
Yes.
have look at Ajanta and Ellora. They are one of the greatest wonders of the world. Where in those days, when Europe was not even civilized, and we were building, rock, the complete temple from one rock with hammer and thistle. Not only that, when you talk about medical tourism, you see today,
Definitely,
people are
yes.
talking about Ayurveda. Our medical tourism is 1/3. For example, a surgery that is done for $10,000 in America can be done
Yes.
for $1,000 in India. And
India,
if
yes.
you remove Indian doctors and nurses are supposed to be the best, because if you remove them from the hospitals of UK and Europe, their health services will come to a standstill. So today our hospitals, whether it's Apollo, whether it's Max, whether it's Vedanta,
What is?
all these hospitals are world class. Whether it is Fortis, there are so many modern hospital chains that have come, and there is no waiting. In UK and Europe, they are waiting for six months. By the time your turn comes,
Yes.
probably patient
Yes,
has
though I
gone.
have seen
Whereas
the
in India,
hospitals
you
you
can
are
get
mentioning,
instant.
Mr. Goel.
Yeah, you
We
can get
have
instant.
seen the medical tourism in that. Also, what I like to, know that generally when people, those who are working into corporate sectors, when they have weekends, they are planning their trips. What are the places that you suggest should be explored, and what, according to your experiences, have been the, the trademark places where people can go and have a good time in India?
You see, India is a bouquet of flowers. Now, every city, every state has its unique, selling points. It depends on what you want. If you want beaches, then 7,500 kilometers of beaches. There are virgin beaches. You know, you can go to Goa, you can go to Kerala, you can go to, you know, the south of Bombay, the Maharashtrian coast. You can go to Tamil Nadu, you can go to, you know, Odisha. So we are full of beaches. If you want beaches, you want water sports. You see, India is there. If you are interested in heritage, you can go to places like Ajanta Ellora, Elephanta Caves. You can go to, you know, so many historical monuments. If you are interested in forts and palaces, it's unlimited. You see, so it all depends. If you are in adventure sports, you can go for river rafting in the Himalayan rivers. You can go for mountaineering. You can go for hang gliding. You can go for parasailing. So India has, you can go for skiing. So India has everything, right from deserts to snow, to beaches, to equatorial type of climate, to tropical type of climate. And so it is, I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm an Indian, but having traveled all over the world, I don't see any other country which has so much to offer, I mean, as India. And I would urge Indians to travel within India also and travel the world also so they can see the difference.
Thank you so much, Mr. Goyal, for speaking to us. It was a wonderful time knowing that, you know, and having to hear this, that traveling to so many places, it's India. At the end of the day, it's India that you talk about the most. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. God bless you. Take care and wish you all the best for the new year and your viewers.